There's a new debate brewing about alcohol laws in the state of Wisconsin as would-be breweries are being forced out of state, setting up shop in Illinois and taking their beer with them.
Milwaukee's home.
Yes, Milwaukee's home.
Justin Abrahamian's a Brewtown treasure.
It's a big city without being too big.
Owner of Sanford Restaurant.
You put some on the shanks before, though?
He's one of the best chefs in the Midwest.
It is home. It's what I know.
Now he's applying his experience in the kitchen.
Why don't you get a little honey in here right away, too?
To beer making.
Approaching beer like we approach a dish.
And using seasonal ingredients. Think cucumber pilsner in the summer.
Something really refreshing. Cucumbers are abundant in the marketplace. Making a beer that you'd want to sit outside on the patio and drink 20 of, potentially.
But when he approached the state of Wisconsin about opening a brewery in Milwaukee, he was told to go to Illinois.
They said we could take it out of state, basically.
The idea of losing our entrepreneurs to our neighbor to the south is a little hard to swallow.
Mark Garthwaite is the executive director of Wisconsin's Brewers Guild. He says some of Wisconsin's new beer laws are bad for business.
It's a little backwards.
And they don't make sense anymore.
We were turned away without, any real recourse to try and figure something out.
So why is the beer state making things extra hard for craft brewers? Beer industry experts say it's not exactly on purpose. Wisconsin's alcohol laws have been around since Prohibition, the three-tier system, and they were specifically written to keep people who make beer, distribute beer, and sell beer separate. In other words, to prevent a monopoly.
I don't think we're going to be making enough beer to have that kind of an impact. And Sanford doesn't sell enough beer to have that kind of impact.
Abrahamian says he supports the three-tier system, but changes in the law in 2011 have made it harder for craft breweries to set up shop. Because Abrahamian owns Sanford Restaurant, which has a retail liquor license, he can't also own a brewery. And that means a lot of successful restaurant owners are being shut out of the brewery business.
For many years, Wisconsin always was the beer state, and I like to think that it still is, but the reality is there are other states that have surpassed us.
Take One Barrel in Madison.
We literally brew one barrel at a time.
Peter Gentry was a home brewer before he won a national beer contest and broke into the market.
And it got honorable mention among like Sam Adams, Sierra Nevada. I was named among the big boys, so I was like, I could maybe do this.
He got a brew pub permit and opened up this tiny tap room 3.5 years ago.
Our goal is now to brew substantially more beer and put it out into the marketplace.
But in order to brew more beer, One Barrel had to switch from a brew pub to a brewery. And that meant giving up its liquor license and about 10% of its revenue.
The state really hampers us new businesses, which sort of goes against this open for business mantra.
Gentry says as the beer industry changes, so should the laws. And he doesn't feel craft breweries should suffer when they start to get popular and want to grow.
It is disappointing to see that we would not embrace young entrepreneurs who are doing really exciting things.
Abrahamian is moving on to Chicago. His brewery, Like Minds Brewing, has already started making beer. But don't expect to be able to buy it in Wisconsin. The same laws that prevented him from brewing it here prevent him from selling it here, too.
The Wisconsin Department of Revenue says it wants people to grow and expand their businesses here in the state. Craft breweries are on the rise, but right now the law is the law.